Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews. Welcome to my little section of the universe that is Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Great to see all of you guys tonight. We have a bunch of people that are going to begin to file in, and hopefully you'll see them jumping into view here right now as it's happening already. We've got Drew jumping in there on the chat officially. We'll get started in just a few minutes. I'll go right up to the chat window and see who was actually filed into the lobby earlier, and just about maybe 5 minutes ago, actually. But it is great to see all of you guys on here tonight. We'll give everybody just a few more minutes to log in. Give me that thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. If you want to use a pumpkin instead of a thumbs up, that's okay too, to keep it festive. I am cool with that. Tony Montana, what's going on? Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. As we get closer towards Halloween, a lot of peeps are going to be out on the weekends tonight, tomorrow, Sunday for Halloween events, I'm sure. So naturally, it's going to be a little bit of a different schedule, I think, for them. Hopefully, it'll catch us on the replay, if anything. But great to see all of you guys here. There we go. Thumbs up are popping in. Let's see. CeeLo, haven't seen Halloween Ends yet. No spoilers. Not to worry. All I'm going to say is I did not like it. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll talk very lightly about it, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But great to see all of you guys on here. It is great to see you. Look at all these thumbs up. We've got Ghost. We've got CeeLo's hands there as well. We've got Scott Messerschmidt. Lord, giving me the thumbs up. Good. Everything is as good as it can possibly be. Let me shoot up to the very top here. Adam Daughtry was the first one in effect. Great to see you into the lobby here, Adam. Thank you so much for being here. True Lawyer as well. Lord Darkside. Drew's Food Reviews as always. Spooky Friday night, everyone. Adam Daughtry says, can't wait. Look forward to the live stream every week. Thank you. I do too. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. It's always a blast. Anfisa Jess, thanks so much for jumping on. Dom's World as well. Great to see you there. Lord Darks, I didn't even notice the time. It's spooky time. Drew says, sup Ian, ready for the spooktacular situation tonight? I most definitely am. You guys are not going to guess what I am reviewing for you, no matter how hard you're going to try. And speaking of which, Chualor is trying to. I knew what you're going to review tonight. Cereal Twinks. Cereal or Twinkies? No, definitely not. Definitely not. But I think you'll like it either way. It should be a lot of fun. You won't have to wait too long to find out. That is for sure. Drew thinks it's time for chips this week. Maybe Trader Joe's. All will be revealed. Anfisa suggests fast food review ASMR. If you guys are listening to the lobby sounds with the headphones on, which I recommend every single week, it really is kind of cool. There's some really creepy things in there and really, really cool sounds. That's for sure. Good times across the board with that. I have a lot of fun putting those together. A lot of stuff you can find on YouTube. It's really, really awesome for that. CeeLo, what it do? What it do? What it do? You guys must all be getting ready for Halloween, I'm sure. Everyone is pretty much in that full mode right now in another couple of weeks or so. Should be good. Trulorian, have to go see Warriors versus Nuggets stream. I'll catch up with you next Friday. No worries. Thanks so much for jumping in. I appreciate it. Enjoy the game. Drew says, let's get ready to get spooky. Randy Molina, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping in. Scott Messerschmidt as well. Michael Domayer is in effect there and as well too. Thank you so much for being here. Tony Montana, what it do? Hey man, great to see you. Great to see you. Let's see here. Shooting on down a little bit further. Misty Smith, what it do? Double Peepers, welcome to Ian K Show today. It's great to see y'all here. Today is Friday, October 21st. Can you guys believe it? The holiday is literally just right around the corner here, and like literally into the week after this coming one. It's crazy. And next thing you know, we're going to be full swing into the holiday mode, and then the year is going to go by very fast. And it's crazy to think about 2023 right around the corner already. Dom's World, I'll be off and on because I'm at a wedding. No worries, it's all good, but definitely catch the replay. Of course, you guys will have that available to you tomorrow, actually, because I'm saving one review that I have done on, actually, it's currently finished, but I'm going to save that one for Sunday. Probably the last of one of the things that you'll see, which I'm thankful for, so I'm not going to give anything else away. But tune in on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you'll know what I'm talking about. This replay will be available on Saturday, the 22nd at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're catching this on the replay after that time, then obviously you can tell by the thumbnail, you know exactly what it is. Check down below if you want to jump to the description. It'll give you all the chapters of some of the things that I think you might want to check out there. You can go right to the review, as well as a few other things that I think of might be of interest to you, including, should you wish to contribute to the channel, of course, you'll find a multitude of ways to do that down in the description box or the first pinned comment on the replay. Just keep in mind, if you're doing any super chatting here on YouTube, they do take about 30-something% from you. But I always recommend PayPal. It's always the best way. You'll find those links down below. If you're watching this on desktop, the upper right-hand corner of your display on the banner will find the direct link right on over there as well. So thank you in advance for any and all, because naturally I'm a one-man show. I greatly appreciate the love and support. Should you guys wish to, you guys have those options. Of course, all creators make those available to their audience, and I definitely want to make sure I have it available for you guys. So you'll find all that stuff there. Shout outs to Mama Peeps, who's watching right now. She's like, you know, can you give me a shout out when you start? And I'm like, of course, moms, of course. To the moms who I would not be here without. So shout outs to your moms. I hope you're feeling a little bit better today. I'll give you a call after the stream and check on you and see how you're doing. But it is great to be on here with you guys tonight, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a fun one tonight because I am doing something that I have never done for this review. And it's all about coordination, and it'll all make sense when you see what I'm reviewing. And chances are, if you're on the replay, you're going to notice it right away. Andrew jumping in there with the first super chat donation, a penny shy of $1. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shout outs and stay frosty to you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is great to be on here and to interact with you guys. Very busy week in terms of content. Jumping right into that too. We might as well just do that really quickly here. Last week, of course, the truff fries. Naturally, I alluded to what that would be from Taco Bell coming in there in effect for you, which was a lot of fun to check out. The truff sauce was pretty good. I actually posted some stuff from World Market Cost Plus actually a day or two later, where they were selling truff sauce separately too, which was pretty crazy. And Drew actually reached out on social media to me to let me know about that stuff as well too. And naturally, it's crazy prices, Drew, in terms of what the cost is for that truff sauce. But very tasty naturally with the nacho fries. Very pungent with the truffle goodness, which I really enjoyed. It was actually pretty tasty. I was pretty surprised. It was really good. From there, I had to knock out a quick review of the Cherry Bliss Freeze, which was a lot of fun to do. Those are just really kind of small, quickie reviews that I love to do personally quickly. I've been having a lot of fun with some of the Halloween effects with there, so I have a little pop into view action with that, which is a lot of fun to do there. But naturally, the Cherry Bliss Freeze, a combination of blackberry, raspberry, and strawberry, I believe, on top of like a cherry base, which I couldn't really taste, but it was really ultra sweet. But a lot of fun to check that one out there. So if you haven't seen that one, of course, it's available in the Taco Bell playlist here on the channel. And then, guys, we actually had a day early availability for the McDonald's Happy Meal. So that was filmed the day before you actually saw it here on the channel. And there it was here on the channel with the McBoo variant, which coincidentally I have right here. So actually, this is the exact prop from the review, which I haven't even used any of the sticker action yet here. But just to give you an idea of the activity on the back, you have all these sticker options that allows you to dress up good old bonies that you have right over here, which is kind of cool. So for the kiddies, really cool. I would have liked to have had a little toy to go with, and I know naturally this is the toy because they're giving you the pail, but really, really cool. I'm gonna have to maybe see about getting the goblin and the pumpkin as well too. They're calling it a goblin, but it looks like it's a witch. So the green one and the orange one, but very cool, very, very slick. And naturally, of course, I still love this box. I mean, this is just really, really slick. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but apparently these toys packaged not being opened are going for like $3,000 on eBay. I don't believe that, but I actually clicked on some things and it's true. Initially I didn't believe it, but guys, pretty crazy for these things regarding the cactus plant flea market goodies in there. But again, a lot of fun checking out the Halloween Happy Meal pails, I should say. Very, very cool with that. So a lot of fun going in on that. I was really much looking forward to that. And then naturally the series beginning with the Pizza Hut melts. Actually, you guys of course are going to see all of them here on the channel. Spoiler alert, you knew that was going to happen, right? Those series are about 3/4 of the way finished with that, so you'll see those reviews coming out into the week coming up. And really good stuff kind of like in between them too, naturally. So it should be a lot of fun for you guys to check that out there as well. Super chat donation, Buzz 7332 jumping in here a little late, but still made it before the streak ended. No worries, Buzz. I appreciate that. Good times across the board. I appreciate you being here, my friend, as always, and contributing to the channel, being one of my patrons as well too. You really help make the channel move in the direction that it needs to be going, which is onward and upward. And of course, you help make it easier with those donations as well. So thank you, Buzz. Thank you so much for your love and support. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. It's great to see you on again every week. So yes, the Pizza Hut melts. I decided to start this one off here in the series with something that I think that you'd probably want to see the others a little bit down the road. I'm sure everyone's going to do the meat lovers and the pepperoni lovers and stuff like that, and the buffalo chicken, but I figured the chicken bacon parm would be a nice one to go with. And then naturally you'll see the others that are kind of spread out there as well. So a lot of fun checking that out. And something that I think Papa John's needs to take notice of, because the execution was really pretty banging on it. It really was pretty good there. And I'm only saying that because naturally the video you saw today, which was shot a few days ago, was Papa John's pepperoni crusted papadilla. I'm not going to say I didn't like it, even though I do like pepperoni naturally. It's not my favorite. It's not my go-to. It's okay. But this particular variation needed just a little bit of work, I think, to make it a little bit more sustainable for the price point that they were asking. And that's all I'm going to say with that. But do take a look at that one, the Papa John's pepperoni crusted papadilla. That one came out earlier today. I have to see how that one is doing. I'm just getting caught up with everything right now. But naturally, a lot of fun checking out the goodies there. Kind of funny how the melts came out and then the papadilla came out. They were kind of like within the close range of each other of a similar type of product. But the Pizza Hut's got a little bit of a different edge, and definitely take a look at why I think that one's going to be a little bit more successful, I think, unless Papa John's can do something a little bit similar with the crust and the things that they're doing. But a lot of good stuff there, guys, coming out naturally. And that's all coming off of all the flurry of Halloween goodness that you guys have had all the way through this month, naturally. Of course, with the Burger King Ghost Pepper Whopper still doing really, really strong, as well as the Monster Tacos, Jack in the Box Krispy Kreme Haunted House Collection Donuts. There is a lot of fun Halloween goodies for you guys here on the channel every year, and I've had a lot of fun making thumbnails for all of them. Really, really fun stuff. I think you guys are going to dig some of the newer stuff that you'll see this week as well. So really, really fun stuff there. So let's see here. Let me shoot on over. We're not going to wait too long to get into this review. Ed Keaton, what's going on? Happy Friday. Happy. Hope you're all doing well. I am definitely doing all right, and everyone here in the chat, naturally, hopefully we're all doing very well. But thanks so much for being here. Robert Giles, how is Mrs. Peep? Is she okay? Haven't seen her in a while. She is doing fine, Robert. She's actually in Vegas right now. She's actually doing a destination wedding with my sister-in-law, and they are working in Vegas this weekend, coming back on Monday or Tuesday. So I pretty much have the whole spot to myself right now. And shout outs to Decency for subscribing to the channel, as well as Disjointed down below, which is very awesome. So you guys are lit up down there as well. Really, really fun stuff. Larry Nguyen, what's going on? No worries about being late. You are here. That's all that's important. Let's see here. Russ Meyer, can't handle the excitement. I can't wait to get into this review because I'm pretty hungry actually right now. I am pretty hungry. Jeff Goldberg, Pacific Standard Time starts November 6th. I think you mean, is it daylight savings time? Currently the West Coast is Pacific time. Don't want to confuse the audience on your timing naturally. I always say PST after 8 p.m. PST on all my videos that are there. So just know that if it's New York time, you're going to be 3 hours ahead. If it's, Central Standard Time, it's what, 2 hours, I think, 3 hours or 2 hours ahead, I believe it is. And you guys can just put it into Google, like what time is this so-and-so in my time zone. It'll give that in there for you. Let's see. Kevlar Woodvest, how do you stay so thin? Managing macros and carbs naturally, and not eating very heavy at night at the same time. Although Friday nights I kind of are off the table. That's kind of like my fun night to do stuff, which incidentally tonight I am definitely going to be catching up on some horror movie stuff. Apparently I believe it's VHS 99 just started on Shudder. So I have to watch that because I love all those previous entries in the series. That's one of the found footage videotape stuff. I love those movies. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But it's all about just managing your diet, getting some exercise naturally, and not buying things that you don't need to have with certain things. Whenever I review, the bites that you see me take are all I pretty much take of them, and then I just take the protein out of it and use it for other things. If I do that, I don't buy combos. I don't do big meals like that. I just don't do it there. Plus, believe it or not, I get full pretty quickly, ironically. But Friday nights are my fun nights. Last weekend was In-N-Out, so definitely it was a banging situation. Animal style, double animal style, no tomato, extra grilled onions, extra raw onions, and it was banging. Very, very delicious stuff. All right, let me shoot on down over here. Andrew Pinion, hope you're all well, friends. Have tremendous respect for what you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I always say I'm just an average guy making stuff on the internet that I think people would enjoy seeing there. And I always kind of joke with my mom because I always say, this is for you. all the time, and she's like, no, it's for everybody, it's for your audience, it's for, you know, people who love what you do. And I appreciate that. I'm not used to that feeling. I kind of feel like I'm just talking to a friend of mine right now on camera, not necessarily 36 plus of you here in the chat, which is crazy. And the millions of views that the channel has gotten since the very beginning blows me away. It really blows me away. I feel very humbled and very grateful for that. Kevlar, would you ever get a matching tattoo? Yes, I would. My wife and I were just talking about something like that. I don't know if I would actually get my little icon, little peep on me somewhere. I don't know. But we'll have to see. That would be kind of crazy, though. I'm not against the idea of that at all. I don't have any tattoos like that, but I have a lot of respect for people that do and have that, you know, the stuff that makes them identifying what they like and stuff, which is really cool. Plus, I love, I'm a fan of the artwork. In fact, my cousin is a very gifted artist. She does a tattoo artist business, and it's really, she's pretty amazing at what she does. So, Becky, if you're watching, you already know what it is. Good stuff. Let's see here. Tony Montana, did you see the first few episodes? You know what? I have to get caught up on Andor tonight. I need the last 3, believe it or not. I know that they've had 3 in that one time, and I think episode 7 was recent. I haven't been able to get caught up on Andor. I've been so busy with so much stuff, but I did watch the She-Hulk finale. Don't really care for that show too much. I got to be honest. You know, Daredevil's awesome, but I'm just not really feeling what they're doing there, you know, for what it is. It's fine. Some of the episodes are okay, but it's not hooking me to keep me, you know, in with it. And even the stars in an interview, they were saying they weren't sure if they were going to get a second season. So we'll see. We will have to see here. Constance Cherry, what's going on? Russ Meyer says review a burrito. Larry Nguyen, where is Annette? Oh, she could be just doing something tonight. Maybe she'll pop in a little bit later. Either way, you are missed right now, Annette. You are missed. James, better get those loaded truff fries. They're selling out. Yes, definitely. They are doing very, very well. They are doing very well. Let's see. Robert Giles, my daughter loved the sticker action. Yes, very cool, actually. I'm telling you, these things are really neat. They really are. And I love, you know, I love the ghost one here. I mean, I didn't have a choice when I went to go get mine. This is all they had on the counter there, so the McBoo. But I love ghosts and I love things. And I'm like, I love this. This is just really awesome. So, but I would like to get that pumpkin one. I would, because they kind of remind me, the color scheme reminds me of the Halloween 3, the witch, the skull, and the pumpkin. It's kind of like the same thing. So I think I need to have those just because of the Halloween 3 vibes that I'm getting. Season of the Witch for that too. So we'll have to see. It's a bucket I see everyone with. Yep, the Boo one I think is the most prevalent out of them. It's probably the easiest to make because there's no coloring on it except just the black eyes and the face. So it's the easiest out of all of them because the other ones are kind of molded, I think, just a little bit. But actually, this has like a little top too. I guess they all have. Is this the same one for the pumpkin? It looks like it's the pumpkin top because it has a stump here and everything too. So I guess they're using that, except the Goblin Witch, which is that, you know, different kind of the point, you know, in there too. God's got Robert got the McPumpkin. Cool, very, very cool. Yeah, I've seen so many different people posting on social media with all the different versions. Some have all of them. I'm definitely down with the promo. That's for sure. It's really a lot of fun, and I really hope we see more adult Happy Meals. If you guys want to see more adult Happy Meals with more of those fun type of adult collectibles in there, dude, give me like a. Let's see here. Give me. Well, just give me a ghost. Give me a ghost, because they're talking about McBoo. Give me a ghost here in the chat if you guys want to see more of the adult Happy Meal styles there, because I really dig this. I mean, this is really, really neat. I mean, naturally, the food is a little overpriced, you know, with the toy and everything on the inside, but I like the idea of just an adult Happy Meal because we're all kids at heart, I think. Scott Messerschmidt jumping in there as well. Marcellus Wade, we got Robert Giles. There we go. There we go. It's all beginning to pop in here right now. Lord Darkside, I'm right here. Amongst all of the ghosts that are popping in here, man, I love you guys. You already know. Russ Meyer bought one. Very cool. Mike Day, I put KC Master barbecue sauce on barbecue's cheeseburger. So tasty. That sounds pretty banging, actually. That really does. Misty, steady wiggle. You can jump like a kangaroo. Here we go. It's Misty. I'm telling you, you're on one. Jeff Goldberg, what did you click on? A link? What is it you're asking me there, Jeff? Tony Schultz, rare collector's item now. Yes, I think so. I think so. Let's see. So we got all the ghosts. You guys agree we should have more Happy Meal stuff for adults there. Kids can't have all the fun because naturally, I'm just not really too into reviewing Happy Meals unless there's something truly special about them. Naturally, with Halloween, of course, I had to do that. But all the other ones that they come out with, I'm just not. I have too much trinkets. I have too many things behind me, and my wife is on me like crazy because of all the Masters of the Universe stuff that I have. So I got to be very careful of the things that I add to my background, which, believe it or not, you don't see a lot of, even though it looks very busy behind me. But yeah, I got to be very select and very careful about that. Sailor Moon and Stars, shout out, Stay Frosty. I appreciate you. Yes, Dumbash, that's right. Misty is never off. She never is. Jackie Hero Food Reviews, another awesome food reviewer up in Canada. What's going on, Jackie? Thanks so much for being here. Great to see you. Great to see you. Let's see. Tony, do you think you'll be reviewing the new Jack in the Box Double Quad Bonus Jack? Already did that one about 2 or 3 years ago, actually. You can find that video in my my reviews, or my playlist, actually, I should say. I rarely re-review the same exact items because then it just becomes a public service announcement just to put out a video. And honestly, there's so many other things to do for videos. I don't like to re-review the same thing just to do that. It's just not my MO. Nothing against those that do. That's just not for me. Definitely not for me. Basic Witch Shake. I've been thinking about that, but honestly, given my situation with that, I can really only tolerate, believe it or not, McFlurries lightly because of just digesting it. So that's one of the reasons you haven't seen that there. Believe me, I love the graphic for it. I've seen it. I look at it when I drive by Jack in the Box lately because they have it up. But I'm not sure if I'm going to hit that one there. But I got to be honest, too, there. You got to be careful when you review ice cream, drinks like that, because you have a limited amount of shelf space, or shelf life, I should say, before it begins to melt and it doesn't look good. So by the time you get it, you want to take a good picture of it for the thumbnail. You want to kind of make sure you get it done before it starts looking all congealed. It's very hard to do. I kind of draw the line at some of the options like at BK and McDonald's when they do like those because they're quick. But that one is very involved looking, and I know that as soon as I would get it, I would be rushed to kind of get it the way that I want. So it's one of the reasons, outside of this, the digesting portion of it, that's one of the reasons you haven't seen that, to be honest there. I haven't seen too many reviews of that. I think my buddy Matt over at Reckless Eating actually just put that out. So I got to take a look and see what his thoughts are on there. So jump on over to Reckless Eating. If you do watch that review, I believe he put that one out, I want to say a day or two ago, if not earlier. Let him know ENK sent you for sure there. Good times. It's definitely definitely awesome. Let's see here. Dumbash, let's see there. Question. Do you have, or would you ever have kids? No kids right now, and I'm not really too sure about what the future holds. But considering I just turned 49 at the same time, the jury is still out, let's just say. I think I would be more in time to get like a fur baby or a pup or something like that, to be honest, because I'm just a huge animal lover, but we'll have to see. Kevlar, Peep Your Car Wrapped, Peep This Out review logos. Can you imagine that? I was actually maybe thinking about getting a custom license plate or something along those lines. That'd be kind of cool, actually. But I don't know about wrapping my car. I love my branding, but I don't know about that. We'll have to see. Let's see. Daddy Peep, Baby Peeps, Tony Schultz. Mars is waiting. Peep, what is the best breakfast food? Wow, best breakfast food. Believe it or not, I'm just thinking right off the top of my head, I love the moons over my hammy at Denny's, believe it or not. And actually, I had one recently with my brother-in-law before he went to Hawaii a few weeks ago, actually. And it was so awesome having that at that time, it was like 3-something in the morning we were there. And just having that sandwich was delicious. Think of it as like a super grilled cheese sandwich, but with ham on the inside and egg. And it was cheesy, it was melty, it was pretty insane. I hadn't had it in a while, but that's just a guilty pleasure for sure. Outside of that, I'm just a huge fan of like just a standard breakfast. I mean, IHOP breakfast stuff. I love the pancakes. I love all that stuff there. Naturally, Sunday type breakfast, I guess I should say. Dumbash, you'd be a great dad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Dylan, you may have already mentioned this already, but what are your thoughts on Halloween Ends? I know you love the franchise, absolutely, and it's causing a lot of discussion online, absolutely, and for the reasons that it should. Because honestly, not to give anything away, because I know a lot of people haven't seen it just yet, and they're trying to avoid spoilers. I'm not going to say anything too much about it, except for the fact that the amount of screen time that Michael Myers has in this film is about the same as the first movie, believe it or not. So he's not in it a great deal, but what he is there with is it's substance, it's good. But the overall story is not something they should have used as a finale, quote unquote, franchise finisher, because it took up a lot of time and took away from what the main draw of the movie was, which was the final showdown between Laurie and Michael Myers. So it would have been better as like the mid-movie, like number 2. But they basically, from what they kind of built up Michael Myers to be in the beginning or by the end of Halloween Kills, This movie literally didn't do anything with that. I mean, it was like a whole different thing, and they jumped like years ahead, and then this is where we are now. So I'm not giving too much away. I'm not trying to spoil it, but it's a very different movie than what people expected, and that's fine because it circumvents, you know, expectations. But at the same time, it was not the finishing movie that it could have been. Had they just, you know, this particular storyline could have been better for like the mid movie, like number 2, and leave the third movie as the whole focus should be what it's supposed to be, what they're selling more, to make it more about that there. There were shades of the first movie, the original in it, but it just really went off the rails and it was completely different. So I didn't really like it at all. I mean, out of all the 3, 2018 definitely the best out of the 3, and then the second movie was just, it's forgettable, but it was an enjoyable movie to watch because it was pretty brutal. And then this one was just completely like, no. I didn't like it. So but it's worth the watch. I mean, you got to satisfy your curiosity. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it to give it a go, because the last part of it, the third act, actually is pretty cool, you know. But naturally, you got to remember, you know, how old these characters are and stuff like that. There's some reasons for certain things, and I'm not going to say anything more than that. But it wasn't the movie that I thought it was going to be. And that's just a sad thing. So we'll see what happens, you know, because naturally Michael Myers is eternal. No matter what they may do to him in this timeline, there's always going to be some way to draw new life out of it. And last point, I really enjoyed what they did in the beginning of the second movie by showing what further happened the night from the original movie, which was cool, like in the late 70s, where you saw like a younger Michael Myers that night after he escaped. You know, it was cool how they did that. If they had some other type of movie around that stuff, I would be definitely down with it. But this current iteration with the characters, it just, nah, I didn't feel it. Very disappointed. I was really disappointed last week when I watched it. I was so excited after getting off the stream with you guys, and I was like, man, what is this? But it is what it is. All right, so let's see here. Russ Meyer, do the restaurant workers know you by name yet? Yes, a few of them do in the area, yes. And it has nothing to do with me wearing my hat every so often. I usually don't wear my hat unless I'm doing some filming or I'm like, you know, streaming, or I'm doing something like that at the same time. Maureen Descatato, welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you on here. Let's see here. D, you know, hope you're having a good night. Definitely. We're about to get into this review, and I can't believe it's already that time already. Time is really going by quickly here. Let me see, shoot on down the line here just to see. Dylan, love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for your response. I saw Terrifier 2 tonight and it was outrageously violent. Yes, I need to go watch that. The first Terrifier is brutal. If you guys have not watched Terrifier with Art the Clown, that is ridiculously gory. That movie, the first one, 2016's movie, was insane. I mean, it really is. They don't make movies like that. That was like from my era, like in the 80s, the hardcore practical effect, like the real gangster hardcore effects like that. Really pretty awesome. But yeah, Terrifier 2, I hear, is making people pass out, throw up, and getting crazy and all that stuff. I want to watch it just because I like the character. He's a really cool looking, evil looking character. So we'll have to see about that for sure. Let's see. Anti-12132, have you seen the Virgil Abloh? Yes, Masters, the artist, the chocolate He-Man figures. Yes, absolutely there. Based on an artist who passed away from, I want to say it was a pancreatic cancer, I believe, or something along those lines. But it's a very well-known artist that they're using as for the inspiration for 4 Motu figures, the Masterverse line. Not a super fan of getting those characters. I'm just not really a fan of Masterverse. I'm more of like the Origins because of the OG. I just don't really care for the sculpts of the newer stuff there. They don't really touch my heartstrings the same way that the other stuff does. So. But I've seen them. Yes, I've seen them. And of course, Eternia. Of course, Eternia. You guys already know what it is with Eternia, for those of you that are following that. Let's see. Decency. Thanks so much for subscribing, by the way, my friend. I appreciate that. Have you ever thought about doing a meet and greet and call it Peep Fest? I don't know if I would call it Peep Fest because that just doesn't sound right. But I would have to think about doing something along those lines. We have to think about a name that would make sense, that would be kind of cool, kind of catchy. But I like the idea. Peep Fest, People Fest, something like that, something along those lines. We'll have to see. Spice Squad, love that peep. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's see. Ed Keaton, appreciate the thoughts. Definitely enjoy the film. It's worth watching. I mean, it's got some good moments to it, but just go in with a very open mind because it's not what you think it was. And the way they ended Halloween Kills, I was on the edge of my seat to see what they were going to do because they made so many certain promises of certain things that I was really hoping that would really kind of bring to fruition, and they just didn't do it very well. So just my opinion, So CeeLo, Halloween Kills was terrible, but I've already watched it, the first two, so watch Ends, no worries there. I'm telling you, it's Halloween Ends, in my opinion, is going to make Halloween Kills look like a gem. That's all I'm going to say. Jason Callan, just wanted to thank you for being on this whole live stream instead of just being in the last 20 minutes. There you go, Mr. Jason. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. All right, you guys ready for this review? Because I got to go grab it real quick. And if you guys are ready, peep and greet. Peep and greet, Tony Schultz. Meet and peep? Well, that'd be a little bit more Drew. That's a little bit more sinister. To be honest, meet and peep? I don't know about that. Meet and then peep out? No, I don't know. That's kind of crazy right there. All right, you guys are ready for this review? Give me a butcher knife. Give me a butcher knife Halloween style right over here in the chat, because I'm going to actually, if you guys are ready, I'm going to go grab it as soon as I start seeing some butcher knives come into view over here. There we go. Robert Giles coming in there as well. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very nice. Cameron, Scott, Mars is waiting, jumping in there as well. Excellent. Spice Squad, CeeLo. Is there a horror movie you want to see remade? I would love to see Nightmare on Elm Street done with Kevin Bacon, because that actually was the actor who got the seal of approval from Robert Englund, who put that out there saying, you know, that would be a pretty awesome thing. I would like to see that personally. But naturally, just a continuation of Friday the 13th. You know, I know that's been locked up with legal troubles. We'll have to see what happens. Good times across the board. Okay, we're jumping in here. Let me grab the goodies over here. Hang tight. We got butcher knives coming in from everyone all over the place. Constance Cherry with pens and pens and pens, and we got swords. It's getting crazy up here in the chat. All right, hang on, guys. I will be right back. We're going into standby mode. Do not go anywhere. I hope this works out. We're going to find out together right now. This is going to be a lot of fun. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
All right, did you guys miss me? We are back in effect, and I'm really glad the way this is working out already, because so far, so good. I think I kind of have something down for next time, so this is working out pretty nicely. All right, so we are back here in effect. I appreciate you guys staying here in the lobby. There we go. Kevin Bacon was great in Hollow Man. Heard he was going to be in Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley with Eddie Murphy. We'll have to see what happens. Mr. Ed Keaton. But good times. All right, we are ready for this review. And this is actually going to be somewhat of a Halloween type of deal, because when I saw this, I was like, I have to do this because of what it is. And I know how I want to display this for you. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I have a feeling. And I was, you know, like I said, putting this together, I had a lot of fun thinking about what I would do with this. And I'm glad so far, I am really digging how this works. So, guys, this is a first for me. Naturally, we talked about a few weeks ago about kind of upping the stakes just a little bit here and doing some things that you probably wouldn't expect to see me do here in the channel outside of the usual stuff that we do on live streams. I know about like cookies and cakes and chips and all that fun stuff, which is fine once in a while, right? It is what it is. So I definitely wanted to make sure this was going to be a little bit different for you. And naturally, when I was walking down my my aisle at the supermarket, I was like, I saw something. I'm like, you know what? This actually makes a lot of sense, because I have actually never had this ever. And I figured when I saw this, if I'm going to do this, it would definitely be during this time of the year because it's Halloween. So guys, I got to ask you, do you guys ever, you know, naturally when you're watching horror movies and stuff like that, well, let me just ask you really quickly, what are some of the things, like if you guys are watching horror movies at night, what are some of the things that you like to make when you watch them? Some of the things that you just enjoy personally, like eating when you're watching horror movies. What are some of your favorite types of foods? And as soon as I start seeing some things pop into view here, I'll just tell you exactly what I'm going to do right now. And Fisa says popcorn. Okay, that's the usual because of what it is. That's fine. So far, it's moving along. Okay, so far it's just popcorn. Let's see, ScottRush.com. I never seen a scary movie because they're too scary, but I would do toast and peanut butter. Peanut butter popcorns. Okay, cool. Candy corn. Cool. Very cool. Popcorn, potato chips. Okay, all the usual. Okay. Well, for me, believe it or not, and usually whenever I like to binge watch shows and stuff like that, one of my favorite foods that I like to have is pizza. And naturally, when I saw what I was going to be doing right now, and I saw the aisle I was walking down, I was like, how could I not? So I got to ask you, what do you want on your tombstone? Because this is something that I thought completely fit for tonight, guys, because of what it is. And believe it or not, like I said, I haven't had Tombstone pizza for like ever. And believe it or not, too, I had to schedule this to kind of like, you know, make this work. So this was kind of really kind of really kind of nerve-wracking to put together, to be honest. Setting the time to make sure it stayed super fresh. But yes, I baked this. It's been baking. And what we've got here is the 5 cheese variant: mozzarella, cheddar, parmesan, asiago, and romano. From Tombstone, full of flavor, bold and zesty sauce, a 1/3 pound of cheese on this one, and it looks pretty banging, guys, considering what we've got here. Bold flavor in every bite, and that's the spirit. And I figured, you know what, for Halloween, how could I not? Because Tombstone, it's a Halloween type of deal. I'm not talking about the movie. I thought we would just do that. So guys, without further ado, let's peep this out, shall we? So I'm gonna make sure I do not drop this in here, but essentially what we've got is a 5 cheese pizza baked in the oven. I have it on a cutting board, and hopefully that's coming through okay, because I don't want this thing to slide. But take a look at that, guys. It looks really, really nice. And actually my focus needs focus. I know it's contrasted because of the white cheese that it's got there. But guys, a very lovely situation in terms of the toastiness. I think I made this perfectly for what this is here. So I cut it. It's called pizza cut. You know, it's got that, you know, the lines in there as well. Trying to do this for you as much as I can to kind of keep this straight. So how can I actually lift this up easy here? Let's just try and go with this one here. Yeah, that cut on the bottom is nice. Nice cheesy action with this. And like I said, what do you want on your tombstone? A lot of cheese, preferably. So let me just put this napkin over this here right now. And we'll give you guys a view of it. Fairly decent thickness, not too bad. It's got that nice crispiness, you know, naturally. I really had that tin foil. It was cooking in the oven. I had this covered on top to kind of keep it that way. Let's peep this out, guys. My first time going in on Tombstone in like forever. We'll have to see. Ed Keaton thinks I overcooked it. They said as long as the edges are browned and darkened and naturally and the cheese is melted, it should be good. But let's peep this out, guys. The Tombstone, the 5 cheese variant from Tombstone Pizza. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, that sauce is crazy. The tang, that cheese is pretty rich. This is pretty nice, guys. I think the bottom needed just a little bit more, believe it or not. It's not undercooked, but it's not as super crispy as I would have hoped. The edges look pretty nice. Let's go for another couple bites. This is gonna go good with VHS 99 after the stream. I'll probably do a couple more pieces of this. I like it. The sauce is good, it's rich. We'll try that crust in just a second. But naturally, the edge is definitely nice and brown. Maybe just a little too much there, but ironically, 400 degrees preheated oven for about 20 minutes or so, it said here. So I kind of was watching this here and there and making sure right before the stream started to turn the oven off, so that way it kind of coasted. But overall, pretty nice, guys, pretty nice. Let's go with that crust in the very back. As you can see, there we go, the focus is in. Really, really nice in terms of it there. Definitely a bomb situation so far. Let's try the crust on this. The Tombstone pizza since 1962. Pretty cool. Wow. Wow. Since 1962. This is pretty tasty. Born in a bar in Medford, Wisconsin, I believe. Since 1962, Tombstone Pizza stays true to its heritage. Our tavern-style pizza is loaded with zesty sauce and real cheese to deliver full-on flavor in every bite. And that is right on the bottom. What do you want on your Tombstone? Guys, pretty tasty on this. I mean, naturally, I saw the pepperoni variant, which was fine, but you know me with pepperoni. I would have liked to have seen like a supreme variant or something like that with the sauce and the cheese. But this 5 cheese deal, I gotta say, guys, is really pretty tasty. So not bad on this. Man, I love pizza. I really do. This is just really, really tasty. So throw in some Frank's hot sauce and sriracha, absolutely. This is really good. I gotta say, price point for this one was $4 on top of it. When I saw that, I'm like, you know what? It's on sale. It's like $2 off for what it is. Normally like $6 or so. For $4, I'm like, that's an easy win for what this is. Because, you know, you think like Little Caesars has like the $5 pizza, which is fine. I actually like the sauce better on this compared to the Little Caesars $5 pizzas that they have. $5 or $6 for the regular. This is really good. And the cheese, the blend of the cheese is pretty nice on this. I mean, I could probably add some meats and stuff on top of this on my own and just have a nice situation there. That's really tasty. We might as well kill this piece, right? And again, crispy, crunchy. That's really good. That is really good. Okay. Let me show you one more time. Do this safely. Nice presentation. It looks pretty awesome, and I gotta say, you know, depending upon how you cut it naturally, I could have cut these in fourths, but that wouldn't be fun because naturally for what it is. Russ Meyer, Super Chat donation. I appreciate you jumping in there with that. Thank you so much. But very nice with this pizza, guys. I'm not really down with the frozen pizzas typically, only because it's just not my thing. I'd rather just grab a pizza from Domino's. I mean, like most of you guys do some of the other stuff. But there's a reason why there's a whole industry of fast food pizza, I should say frozen supermarket pizza that's out there to do things just like this. So if you can put this on a cutting board, chop it up, and enjoy yourself with it, why not? This is actually a very cool deal. And especially when I saw, like I said, on sale, I'm like, at its Tombstone, I definitely wanted to make sure that was the situation with that. Again, Russ Meyer, thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly. You guys, of course, are all going to be listed down below as official stream sponsors for tonight. And there's Patreon down there, too, if you guys wish to do that as well. Parang77, just subscribe. Thanks so much for jumping in. If you're here live or catching this on the replay, I appreciate your support. But guys, very tasty on this. I got to say, that bold and zesty sauce is no joke. I'm pretty surprised. It's got the right amount of tang, and it really elevates nicely. And there's a decent amount of cheese across the board with this. So a very lovely situation. And I got to say, it kind of looks like the picture, believe it or not, even though it kind of cooled just a little. But real cheese, all the good stuff that's in there as well, and the Tombstone name. A lot of fun to check out and a lot of fun to coordinate, believe it or not, just so I can actually do this for you here on the stream. So overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll do like an 8.6 on this there, because for fast food frozen pizza, I should say, this is actually pretty good. I got to admit, I don't have too many fast food frozen pizzas from the supermarket, to be honest, but the ones that I've had in the past, usually like the store brand just to try, this is pretty tasty. Now I'm kind of curious to try some of the others. There was one that I saw there that has like a Sicilian type of like a face and like a mustache, like a see-through box or something like that. You guys may have seen this before, but it was really pretty good. It was really pretty good looking. So I may have to consider doing one of these things down the road with that too there. We'll have to see. Kevlar Woodvest, would you ever be down for a collab? I'm always down with working people, like-minded peeps who want to do the do. Of course there. So I'll have to take a look and see what we can do in the future. Of course there. What type of a content do you do, obviously, Kevlar? You should reach out to me. Let me know. Let's see here. Drifter Nomad, Tony's frozen pizza for budget purposes. Add your own toppings. It's a killer deal. Very cool. Very cool. And yes, I know all the hot sauce, all the goodies over there. This is pretty much always wanting to try these things just on like solo dolo because of how they have it advertised. But of course, adding hot sauce to any of those things, of course, it's going to be a lovely situation with that. Dangerously cheesy, according to Spice Squad. Screaming Sicilian Pizza is the bomb. That's the one, Ed Keaton. That's the one. All right, very cool. I'm going to have to see about doing that as well. Tony Schultz is saying it there. I've got two different chat things I'm looking at here. I'm trying to keep up with what I see to jump in with here. Let's see here. Better dip that shit in ranch and hot sauce, my dude. You already know. Maybe we'll see about in the future when we do more of these types of reviews. We'll have to give that a shot and have some hot sauce on the side to do that with. Best frozen pizza is Motor City Pizza. Okay. I have to see about that. Beautiful situation in the pizza department from Robert Giles. Thank you. I agree too. That definitely presents pretty nicely. That pizza, I gotta say, was really, really pretty tasty. Not the fact that it tasted even better because it was only like $4 and change, but it's just the fact that, you know what, it's Tombstone. It's a Halloween theme type of situation too, which I think actually fit. And it works pretty nicely. I think in terms of stream purposes, to coordinate and make sure that it's as fresh as it can be to give you a good look at it there. It looks pretty solid still. Really pretty good. Spice Squad, they're oregano flavor. Nothing that I can really tell, but the sauce really does stand out. It's got a nice tang to it there. I wouldn't say like overly sweet, but it's got a little bit of something. But the cheese is really nicely put together. There's a decent amount of cheese on it there. So you'll get that initial pseudo soft crunch from the, depending upon how you cook it, from the crust itself. And then you immediately get right on your tongue instantly, that tang of the sauce gets you. It's pretty bold, like they say. And then the cheesy factor of eating everything together. So really, really pretty good. Drew, they need ghost pepper cheese. Maybe we can get some of those slices over from, whatchamacallit, from the ghost pepper Whopper in there as well too there. Andrew Pinion, congrats on almost 40,000 subs. Yes, thanks so much. We're about to hit 39,000 actually in the next few days. Actually, it seems to be kind of creeping up there, which is pretty nice. Decency, Pete, please say shout out to the Spice Squad and please donate to Extra Life for the charity. And please donate to Extra Life. Okay, it's for charity. Very cool. Shout outs to Spice Squad. Absolutely. Jump on over to the link over there too. I'm sure you can actually highlight some of these peeps here in the chat for sure. That's awesome. That is awesome. I appreciate that. So shout outs to the Spice Squad and definitely donate to Extra Life. If it's good for charity, it's a good cause. Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. Larry Nguyen had to go to dinner now. Sorry, stay frosty. No worries, Larry. Take care. Take care. Great to see you on as always. Good times. Good times indeed. So guys, Halloween is literally after next week. So next Friday's show, we got to do some Halloween themed goodies naturally for that. And then the week after that, most likely I will take that Friday off because I've been going for a while. October is definitely my month, and then later into September, of course. So naturally, after next week's show, there will be a break for that week. But of course, the content still continues naturally. You'll be able to see the content like I always do. I usually put out a minimum of like 3 videos a week plus a live stream. This past week was 4 plus a live stream. So going strong, believe it or not, ever since the beginning of my channel. New content every single week since 2013, which is crazy. It'll be 10 years next fall. That's nuts. That is nuts. Oh, good times, good times. Okay, let me shoot on back down to the chat here. And again, I appreciate the kind words there, Andrew. I'm super excited about what the future holds for the channel. A lot of fun stuff. Thank you so much for that. And again, shout out to Decency for and to Spice Squad as well too. There, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cameron, anyone else ball out and get a bruschetta on payday? Bruschetta pizza, I've had that a long time ago, actually. That would be something to check out also. That's a thicker type of bread for that type of frozen pizza. That actually may be something good to try. We may have to do some like type of late night pizza action keep it frozen. But I just think naturally for the Halloween theme, when I saw that Tombstone, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to do that. That'd be a lot of fun. Tony Montana got a chance to try the new oven baked pasta bowls at Pizza Hut. Nice. Had a lot of fun checking all of those out. They're all in my Pizza Hut playlist here on the channel, along with the melts that are already there populated, but you're not seeing them until this coming week. So they're definitely coming there. Drew, Ian, the hardest working guy on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mars is waiting. Do you plan on going on a location while live again? I enjoyed those. I'd like to. Naturally, I think by this time, this next year, I think, at least for the Halloween stuff there, I'll be able to do a little bit more. It's getting a lot better here right now. But in terms of just people being out and just me being around stuff, and considering I've been sick twice, I got to be very careful with that. I'm actually going for my 4th booster in about, I don't want to say next week, but sometime in November with the wifey, and I'm not looking forward to it because I didn't do very well with the 3rd one. The 2nd one was rough for me. The 3rd one put me out, and it was really kind of a long recovery for that one, just like literally like a few days, but it felt like forever. If you guys want to see a video where I was actually just kind of recovering from that, the strawberry watermelon freeze, or that slushy, actually, the strawberry watermelon slushy from McDonald's, I filmed that the next day after I got the booster, the 3rd one. And man, I look horrible in that video. It was a bad video, but it was a great drink, but I did not enjoy how that one came out. It was pretty rough, so... but I appreciate that. We'll have to see about getting back to the live shows. I was thinking about doing something in front of like the Fog Church, how the Michael Myers house. Naturally, this time of the year, it's crazy there because of all the people. It's one of the reasons that I'm not really over there, just trying to kind of keep the distance. But yeah, we'll have to see. I would like to get back to that. Let's see here. Andrew, I'd like to see your Halloween franchise ranking. Seeing ends on Sunday. Love original Halloween H2O. Well, I have to really kind of think about that, but Resurrection is my least favorite as well. That was a garbage movie. A lot of them are kind of forgettable, believe it or not. They feel like direct-to-DVD films. They don't really feel like the originals at all. So we'd have to talk about that. Maybe for next week we can go through a ranking. I'll kind of think about that, and I'll write some stuff down in terms of where I think they all fall, including the new trilogy that's out now. I'll see about doing that there. Ed Keaton, do you prefer thin or thick crust? Actually, in the middle for me. I don't mind thin crust. I like reviewing it naturally for my channel whenever the Little Caesars and all the other chains come out. But I like just kind of the standard crust as well. Once in a while, I'll do the thick crust, like the pan-style Philly cheese over at Domino's. That's a banging review. I had a lot of fun checking that out, and that is a very delicious situation. So I'm kind of a little bit in between, for all of them. But I do like kind of like just the straight standard, right in between thick and thin for the crust there, for sure. Let's see. Now, don't plan on being in Vegas anytime soon. I know the wifey, she's there right now actually getting ready. Tomorrow is the actual wedding that she's going to be doing with my sister-in-law. They're going to be busy all day doing that. They're having some great food over there, though. They're really taking a lot of really great video and pictures of all the stuff that's going on. They're really, really good stuff. It's been a minute since I've been to Vegas. It really has. I am looking forward to that at some point in the future again. Timothy, what's going on? Have you done the burger from Culver's called the Curter Burger? No, actually, we don't. Timothy, we actually don't have Culver's out here in Southern Cali. I would love to try that, actually. I really would love to check that out. We'll have to see. Actually, you know what? I think Kathy over at the 2 Cent Chick, I think I saw she just put out that video for that review. So that I think it's the Curter Burger, I think that she's holding it up and it's kind of like a stretchy cheese type of thing. So definitely take a look at that if you haven't seen that review. That'd be where you want to jump on over and let her know Ian K sent you, of course, for sure. But I wish we had Culver's over here. I'd love to try some of the stuff that they have, believe me. Some really awesome stuff. Let's see. Kevlar Vest, I don't know, never know what known. The video went great. I'm glad you thought so, Kevlar. I was not doing well. That was not a good thing. I was like more manic because of how I was feeling. It was a very uncomfortable feeling for a few days. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Let's see. Andrew Pinion, you, the Trips, and Poppy Eats are models of excellence in the game. If I can reach half of your professionalism and channel, I'll be a happy fellow, all on board. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for including me with all those awesome peeps there, for sure. We just had a lot of fun peeps in the community. We all have a lot of fun doing what we do, and every creator puts their heart and soul into putting their content out there, and you can really see it. Some of the content may not be for everybody, but that's okay. That's what makes YouTube a unique platform, because you can put your stuff out there, and you know, there's an audience for everything. There really is. So that's awesome. I appreciate that, Andrew. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words, for sure. Kevlar, what's the lowest rating you've ever given to a review? You know what? I think it was a bacon soda. I think we've talked about this in the past. There's some real old reviews where I really was a little bit more brutal with some things. Nowadays, it's like something has to just not be made correctly, or just not be made, you know, just well at all, to really rate anything lower than a 5, believe it or not, unless something is just not right. So chances are it's going to be a protein, a carb, a sauce, or a combination of the 3 with something else, and it's going to be tasty. So it's really not crazy. But personally for me, I mean, the ratings themselves, they're arbitrary, because it's just an opinion. What you really want to know is how does the product look? Is the breakdown of the flavors? Is it something that you would like to check out? You know, that type of thing. So it doesn't matter if someone gives something an 8, a 9, or they don't give any other ratings except certain ratings. That, you know, everyone's got different tastes. But the goal is to take a look at the product there. And I love to give you the visuals. I love to give you the detail. And I'm all about those B shots, the B rolls and everything too. So good times. It's definitely good times. Let's see here. Let's see, is that Trinivasa? Thanks so much for jumping in. It's nice to see you're doing well. I've been following you since a long time now. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Decency, has any fast food corp ever reached out to you? Absolutely. I have a lot of different things on my channel. Some stuff I've done for McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr., Taco Bell. There's a few different things that I've done in the past there for sure. But I'm very unbiased in my reviews, and a lot of people think I'm bought and paid for by these companies just because I like to use official graphics and all that stuff as well. But I do pay for my own food. Unless something is sponsored, you'll always know that in the very beginning of the video. You'll see something on the screen. There's something in the description box. So I am very legit in what I do. So always know that, Decency. Definitely always know that. And I think most of you guys do. That's for sure. Well, guys. Oh, yes, Drew. Yes, you gave the Sour Patch Cookies a 0 and trashed them. Yeah, I actually, well, I've gotten, you know, the more recent stuff. Definitely, Drew. I remember those. Those were a no bueno situation. That was not good at all. That's right. That's right. I have like over 1,500 plus videos on my channel. Sometimes some of these things escape me here and there, but just thinking back to way back in the beginning and the more recent stuff there, yes, you're absolutely right about that, Drew. The Sour Patch Kid cookies were definitely, whoever decided to do that, yeah, that combination was not good. Was not good. Kevlar, too legit to quit. That's right, you already know. All right, Drifter Nomad's in effect as well. I don't know, did we see, did Annette show up? I don't know if Annette Cervantes ever showed up here. I don't see any. I know I have her as one of my mods, so I'm not looking, I'm seeing anything blue. Drew is there, obviously. I see my boy Drew. Well, shout outs to Annette Cervantes, of course. Jay Nepper as well, too, there, just in case there as well. So Tony is waiting for that 40K Subway review. The jury is still out. If I decide to do that, I'd want to make it a little bit more meaningful than just hitting the 40. I mean, 40 is amazing, but I think 50 would be even more amazing as well. Oh, Mr. Jimmy, mi familia. What's going on? Don't forget about Sonic and that sandwich you gave a 1 to. Yes, which one was that? Was it the Philly? I think it was something where I trashed it. Something where I actually threw that away, too. The love-hate relationship, Jimmy, with that, too. So, yes. Believe it or not, I would take what I just reviewed tonight for you guys over any of those other ones there. And that's saying something about this, because on sale for $4 blew away some of the more fast food things that I've done there, including the Sour Patch Kids cookies, some of the stuff from Sonic, which I haven't been too much of a fan for. Jackie Hero Food Review says, I am here. Thank you so much for being here, Jackie. And good times, definitely good times across the board tonight. Well, guys, if you guys enjoyed tonight's pizza party, so to speak, checking out Tombstone Pizza, good times across the board. Definitely doing this here on the channel. Like I said, my first time actually kind of coordinating my oven skills to make sure this worked, to give you something that looked very decent at the same time. And yes, Decency, shout out to all the amazing mods in the chat. All my Blue Wrench peeps in effect, Drew, Jackie, Mr. Jimmy, Annette when she's here. I don't see her up over here, but all the amazing people that are here, of course. I really appreciate it. Like I always say, you guys have choices when it comes to YouTube, and naturally I do appreciate you guys making my channel one of those choices. This was a lot of fun to do tonight. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Whatever you do this weekend, I hope you're doing something fun for Halloween, at least leading up to it. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of events around town. At least here in Southern Cali, there's a lot going on. But by all means, be safe out there and enjoy yourself this weekend. This is really the time. It's going to go very quickly beginning November 1st. I got to start getting out my lights to put my icicle lights on, because November 1st is immediately changing my outside of my place to have all those things hanging. So I'll be doing that for sure. Last couple of things here. Tony Montana had Taco Bell truff fries for the second time for lunch today. Cool. Split them with your dad. Very nice. Enjoyed them. They're super spicy. They're decent. They've got a nice amount of kick. But that's a pretty quality made sauce. I was really pretty much digging that for sure. Michael Bedomer, you stay frosty as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Battle of Helms Peep. Helms Deep. Decency, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. The Grim Peeper. You peep what you sow. It's going off right now. Here we go. Decency is going off right now. Scott Messerschmidt, Subway give you $1 for your wrapper, and then go to Jimmy John's. You might have to add your own vegetables. There you go. It's got to be something special. I tell you, it's got to be something special. You already know what it is. All right, well, you guys know what I'm going to be having a little bit more of for dinner tonight. At least having just a couple more pieces of that. That's for sure, because I'm going to watch my show. But again, this replay will be up on Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for you guys. Enjoy it for sure. And then naturally on Sunday should be a fun review for you to check out. The last of something that you'll see, thankfully. I wanted to get that out there for Sunday. I think that makes the most sense. So when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And naturally, the other ones coming up during the week, interlaced with some Pizza Hut goodness, naturally, for that stuff too there. So I'm kind of cleaning off my laptop with a few things there. So Randy Molina, got to go see you next Friday. I mean to stay frosty, no worries. You as well. To everybody here in the chat, all the amazing mods, of course, there. Jackie Hero Food Reviews. Thank you, fellow mods and everyone. Drew's Food Reviews. Have a muy bueno frosty situation this weekend. You do as well. And always, Jackie Hero, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Maureen Descatato, Michael Domer, Decency, rocking it out. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel and also for your super chat donation. Thank you so much. Which you guys can always do after the fact as well. Should you guys know that you can do that, of course, those links are always active. I appreciate that. And to everybody here in the chat, guys, just have an amazing weekend. And with that, I'll be here in the chat for another minute or so after the stream ends here in just a second or two. But with that, this is ENK closing out the live stream for October 21st, 2022. Crazy, the year's almost over. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Good times across the board. Mi familia, Mr. Jimmy as well. Homie hugs to you and the fam. To everybody here, everyone have a great weekend. You as well. Great to be on here. It's always so sad to say goodbye, but I'll be back next week. And of course, naturally, guys, that's going to be the big Halloween situation, because naturally Halloween is the following, was it Monday? I think it is. Next week is the 28th, 29, 30, 31 Monday. Yeah, so Halloween is going to be on Monday. So craziness. So if people don't like Mondays, they're really not going to like Monday because it's Halloween. Or I take that back. They're going to love Monday because it's Halloween. Either way, celebrate responsibly. Have a good time. I hope you guys have a great one. And shout outs to each and every one of you guys here. Mr. Jimmy, the girls said goodnight, Uncle Ian. Aw, big hugs. Mwah. Love you guys. Love you, love you. Good times across the board. And I will definitely catch you all very, very soon. I'll be here in the chat for a few minutes until it times out. And guys, again, thank you so much for your love and support as always. Enjoy the content coming up this week. And let's just keep the community rocking. All the peeps out there putting out that content on the daily, doing it the bi-weekly. Whenever you put the content out, just put it out there and let's just enrich some people's lives and keep people entertained, informed, enlightened. Not necessarily in that order, but you know what I'm talking about. So we are out of here. So in case Jay Nepper is watching this one here on the replay, Decency, Peep Squad, in effect. You already know. We'll have to see about a meet and greet with a name, an official name. Misty Smith, again, thank you so much for all you do. Yeah, we missed Erna 785 too tonight. So our 80s aficionado is not here as well. So Bus 7332 as well. Russ Meyer, Parang 77, Andrew, Pinion as well. Decency, of course, as well too there. Thank you so much for contributing and also just being part of the community. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And we are out of here. Wiggle Life, Kevlar Woodvest. Shout outs to Spice Squad. You already know what it is. So, all right, guys, with that, it's time for me to lock in some horror movie goodies with a little bit of Tombstone action. I'm going to be enjoying some of this pizza here with a little bit of horror movie action. And again, check out Terrifier. If you haven't seen Terrifier 2 just yet, definitely make sure you see Terrifier Part 1. It's really pretty vicious movie. It's pretty wild, but that character, Art the Clown, is pretty awesome. So with that, I'm done. Pizza time, horror movie time. That's it. Peace. I'm out.